Is everyone ready for some empty legal threats and seeing what happens when a guy committing securities fraud gets called out publicly? Who's ready to have a little fun? First, you have to see this meme from the group of pom-pom waivers for this deal.
Billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions.
Yes, these delusional people think they're about to make billions of dollars from investing a few $100s into a deal that has become known as the Mike G deal. Here's the payout structure for this investment scam. A $250 investment will return $750,000 all the way up to a $100,000 investment returning $1 billion.
Billions and billions and billions and billions.
Yes, Mr. Trump, this investment is going to make some people billionaires. If you are new to the channel and might not have caught the first video on this subject, here's the thumbnail. We are talking about an old dude raising money for a mysterious deal that will make people rich. How rich are we talking here? In this day of crypto and NFT pump and dumps, making anything less than 100% returns in an hour just doesn't excite me like it used to. I'm about to buy another house that requires a $100,000 down payment, but I'm starting to think I should drop that and invest in this deal so I can become a billionaire. This is Mike G. Have you ever gone outside and noticed that your neighbor's dog took a huge dump in your yard and didn't pick it up? That's what this guy is, a huge piece of shit in your front yard on a beautiful day. Don't worry everyone, Mike G said that I can say whatever I want about him in a video if his deal didn't close by the end of 2021. What day is it today? Oh, it's Monday, January 3rd, and guess what? The deal hasn't closed, so we're going to have a little fun. This is in Mike G's response email to my video, so here's my offer. Please take down the video. I know this will cost you revenue, as we all know it's all about traffic, but just until the end of December. If I am not able to announce a successful closing by all parties by the end of this year, you are welcome to call me whatever names you want. This email was sent on December 3rd. I patiently waited to see if Mike G could deliver a monster deal to his investors. This deal has been ready to close for almost 4 years now, and he just couldn't deliver. His investors miraculously haven't figured out they've been scammed yet. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but everyone who's put money into this deal, you got scammed and your money is gone for good. If you're watching this video, email him and ask for a refund now. Like seriously, get your money back before he's arrested. However, for the benefit of everyone involved, we simply cannot afford to have prying eyes on this deal. So instead of your worthy objective to help protect the innocent, you are actually creating the opposite effect for my loan partners. I'm sure some of you haven't seen the original video, so I'll quickly summarize here. Mike G has raised a bunch of money from investors hoping to get rich for a coin deal, something tied to Bitcoin or crypto. He promised billions of dollars in returns. This deal hasn't closed for 4 years, and every day he writes an update email on why the deal hasn't closed. And the seller, as I write this update for you, is at the courthouse registering his final registration, showing that he has all necessary cash on hand, which means we are completely ready to close this transaction and let the South Koreans go home. Before we get to the legal letter I received, we have to play a quick game of guess the date. No, don't worry, Mike G isn't pregnant. We are guessing the date of this update email that he sent to his investors. It's August 26th, 2020, 496 days ago. Mike G got a little upset that I finally exposed this scam operation and had the audacity of having a lawyer send me a cease and desist email. Mike G has been very upset at me. For years, he was able to operate his little money-raising charity to his personal funds without public scrutiny, but now that I've uncovered it for over 100,000 people to see, he's trying to scare me. Poor little Mikey doesn't understand that I can afford a lawyer, a really good one, and I would love to see him sue me so that I can uncover his operation that's committing securities fraud. My lawyers would have a field day in discovery. You know we'd ask for details on your deal in discovery, right, Mikey? I'm told you could feel the tension between the parties all the way across the Pacific. In the end, our side won out and the bank agreed and guaranteed to send their head closer back for a closing next Wednesday. We're playing guess the date again. Who wants to guess on this one? This was July 2nd, 2020, 551 days ago. This is the very first time those words came from the bank with such precision and definition. Mike G is an amazing writer. He sends these updates every single day. Yes, legit, every single day he comes up with a story about bankers and government officials and lawyers and closing partners with the bank. Every single day there's a new reason why the deal hasn't closed. He's so amazing, I actually complimented him on it. Who writes your emails? I'm pretty impressed at how you're able to continually create new storylines out of thin air. If you don't face any legal trouble for this deal, you should consider writing fiction novels. 3 years you've been writing these updates with each day bringing a new challenge or wrinkle in the plot. I have to say that I'm impressed with this skill of yours. I'll take the video down when you show proof that the deal netted $50 billion like you promised in your marketing copy. If you all think $50 billion is a lot of money from this mysterious coin deal that no one has seen any details on, then I have breaking news for you. This is something Mike G has not shared with anyone else. Spencer, you asked for my phone to discuss, then you insult me again. I just don't get it. I never asked for his phone number. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Anyway, where do I say anything about 50 billion? It's a lot more than that. So do you want to discuss, or was my phone number request just some kind of ploy? everyone, this deal is going to be a lot more than $50 billion.
And billions and billions and...
Mike somehow found a mysterious company that involves foreign governments, South Korean bankers, lawyers from all around the world. There was mention of someone in Germany in one of the email updates, and this company is big enough to be in the top 100 companies in the S&P 500. You can be an investor all for $250. It's been hundreds of years since our global economic structure has modified so dramatically, and because with your personal loans have helped me keep a company afloat, a company whose one of 5 buyers was charged with the responsibility of keeping the value of Bitcoin pumped up. This email update was written on August 14th, 2020, and apparently Mike G is so important that he has a company tied to someone keeping Bitcoin pumped up. I have no idea what he means by someone keeping the value of Bitcoin pumped up. I'm telling you, this guy Mike G is a master at creating fiction stories. The investors in this deal unfortunately can't see the waving red flag right in front of their face, but it's been entertaining for me to witness. However, that puts my deal in a very precarious position. Frankly, it's on life support and we just need one more bottle of oxygen. You see, next Wednesday, the head honcho closer is going to want to see another week's worth of per diem on the seller's books, and right now he has only about half of it. We absolutely positively must all chip in and get him the other half. This was the final touch on the July 2nd, 2020 email I began a few minutes ago. Can everyone see how manipulative he is? He constantly says the deal is close, the deal is about to close, and then once a month, he throws in a story about needing just a little more money. This was July 2nd, 2020. The investors in this deal have stuck with him for the last 500 days thinking this magical deal is going to close. This is honestly equivalent to someone sitting in their living room for over a year waiting on Santa Claus to appear. I desperately need your help, not only for a personal loan where I pay you a return of $7 million for every 10K and $700K for every 1K. My paycheck is as enormous as my future prison sentence, and so is Gary's, my criminal partner. And we are splitting this enormous return, and don't forget, I'm guaranteeing your personal loan with a 3-year payback at 7% in the unlikely worst case scenario, but it seems we are finally past all that. They're always so close to closing the deal. We're right at the finish line. Oh, forgot to mention that the seller needs just a little more to get this thing finalized, so can you send just a little bit more money? I guarantee just $1,000 more will bring you an extra $700,000. The investors in this deal got played hard. This dude is as manipulative as anyone I've ever seen, and the investors want to believe so hard that they're going to be multimillionaires. Greed is at the root of both sides of this scheme, but don't worry, they're about to become rich. This update says so. The bank closer is scheduled to land at LAX approximately 9 p.m. Pacific time tonight. The head legal team does have power of attorney for all 5 of the bigwig buyers, and it is expected the lawyer closer will travel some more tomorrow to register with the court in a neighboring state the final closing documents. I hate to say it just because I don't want to jinx the deal, but it does not appear as though there are any remaining obstacles. I am so entertained by this dude's email updates. The reason why his investors are sticking with him is because every single day he sends them just enough to think they're about to close the deal of a lifetime. All looks real good for final closing sometime tomorrow, probably late in the day, but I'm just guessing at that. This closer is not coming for the 5th time now just to shake hands and say hi to everyone. We hope this is the end of the end. What makes his email updates so amazing is they're a lot like a popular TV show. They're hilarious to consume, and there's a main cast of characters that you get to know, and it never ends. This was March 31st, 2020, 644 days ago. There's deal closers with the bank, there's lawyers, Mike G is the main guy, there's his business partner Gary, there's a seller named Neil, there's a lady running a group that promotes his scheme named Linda Knotts, a cast of characters, some fictitious, some real, and they all play a part in this story. Spencer, it's urgent. I know if we have a deal, I can explain later if need be, but for now, just no time, please, for both of our interest. Here's an email Mike G sent me trying to manipulate me into taking the video down. You all will enjoy how desperate he sounds. Later that same day with the subject of reply ? Hi Spencer, time is not on our side. There is a board meeting in Cal this afternoon, and if the vid and Google Docs page are still up by then, the damage could be irreversible. And I'm not worried about me, I'm concerned about the deal and all the partners your actions will hurt. Even if you do not believe me, at least consider them. Come on Spencer, all of those people I have scammed, please feel bad for them. If you are invested in this deal, ask for your money back now before it's too late. Stop looking at me like a stupid hater and ask for your money back. I'm trying to help you out. I'm sorry, but I must move to protect the deal, so I need an answer by 1:30 p.m. please, and the vid and docs down by 3 p.m. I will honor our deal if you do your part for now. You can slay me later if you feel a need to and it's warranted. What's funny is this loser seems to keep trying to manipulate me into thinking we have some deal. The Mike G email deal is what we should call it. The deal was, I'll take the videos down if Mike G shows proof of the closing of a deal that will net his investors billions of dollars. An hour later, he sends me another email with the subject line, I wish we could have had an amicable agreement. This guy must have been losing his mind that his manipulative tricks weren't working on me. Hi Spencer, I wish it would have worked out differently, and as you suggested this morning, I never responded to these emails, so I have no idea what he was talking about. The old man needs to get checked for dementia attention before the feds knock on his door. When I saw your AM email, I immediately put a halt to certain actions. However, your refusal to settle this reasonably, even after offering to do so, has me backed into a corner. He's going into his little bag of psychological tricks, one line after another, and he's finding out the hard way that I fear Fresh Prince CEO stealing my girl worse than this guy's legal threats. It's imperative I point out there is still time after you receive my lawyer's letter, which has been on hold all day pending your offer to resolve the issue coming to fruition. Uh-oh, his lawyer's letter. Oh, what am I gonna do? This loser thinks I'm afraid of some legal letter. I've been there, done that, buddy. My video was egging him on to sue. I couldn't wait long enough to hear from his lawyer. Please sue me, Mike G, please. I have all of the marketing material I need showing you guaranteeing ridiculous returns after taking unaccredited investors' money. The SEC will nut themselves with how easy this case is, and I will love every minute of discovery because I will be asking for every little detail from this deal, and it will all be public for the world to see. One where, above anything else, I must at any cost protect this deal for the benefit of so many who are counting on me. I'm sorry, I wish you much luck and continued success. And then boom, an hour later, I received a scary cease and desist letter. I'm so scared that some rent and internet lawyer emailed me threatening to sue me if I don't take the videos down. Well, buddy, you said December 8th, it's January 3rd, where's my lawsuit? I'm so thankful for Mike G sending a cease and desist. I usually make one video and move on to other stories, but Mike G just couldn't resist trying to manipulate me into keeping his little scheme private. I'm a content creator. I was hoping he'd send a cease and desist so I can make a part 2 and expose his behavior even more. Congrats, Mike. This video is going to get another 100K views and even more attention on your little operation. I asked him the other day how much money he had raised for the deal. His response was hilarious. Spencer, you were doing a new hurtful video and you want me to cooperate more? I just want to know how much money he's stolen from people. It's a simple question. Mike, I'm just preparing you for when the authorities come knocking. The last clip I'm going to share is an audio excerpt from Mike G and the mysterious seller talking about closing the deal. Here's the seller.
The end is the reality is that
the reality is there is no deal. That's why he sounds like a drunk dude trying to read Shakespeare speaking about the closing date.
I think the end is within a week or two away, meaning this week coming up is really the last week.
Yeah, maybe today's meeting will give you a better handle on that, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, because we're dealing with international finance.
For the final episode of Guess the Date, we have October 24th, 2020, only 437 days ago. The scammers were just a week or two away at the time. Since we just celebrated New Year's, let's raise our glasses to being forever only a week or two away from the Mike G deal closing. Thanks for watching.